I like that BLG are essentially just running it back. Ever so slight change in the support position, but aside from that, exactly the same composition as the last time around. Crisp can jump in fairly easily using his W in a lot of situations. We'll see how that progresses.
I think that does make a big difference here if Tarzan get himself down towards
the body block! Breathe! Getting completely outplayed by Bin as he flashes in for the Q, but he's not quite in range. Can't finish the kill.
Well, this top lane is touted as a skill matchup.
Wasting his time, his chickens are up, and I think that's the direction he'll head in now. And as you say, Tarzan, very happy to see Wei waiting around in that top side. Are they really going to try and force a dive?
He might flash over, try and get the empowered something here. Here he goes.
Okay, the stun into the root, into the knockback, into the kill. First blood for Bin.
That one.
Yeah, misses the brush on the first one, unfortunately, I think. There's Wei moving up, and Bin's got a massive wave pushing towards him. I'm not sure this is a set of grubs that BLG can realistically fight. Xiaohu moves in, and Crisp has roamed up as well. There will just be 3 grubs, I think, going the way of Weibo. Wei realizes this, tries to move down towards that bottom side instead, and will hopefully look to trade for a Drake.
Wei going to potentially get himself Scuttle Crab here in game 1. This is going to be a very, very hard game for the jungler of BLG. We've got Tarzan now who's going to be farming up a Storm, and I think the problem now for BLG is, can you stop Weibo from getting towards a powerful point where Tarzan is farming up massively, and also you have these Ash arrows coming out from the middle of nowhere. I think as soon as those Ash arrows start coming online, I think BLG are going to start being really, really afraid.
I don't know what it is, but watching Corki trade just never gets old to me. Start grubs up on this top side. This time around, Bin didn't freeze the wave, or not fan out the wave at least. And it will mean BLG are the ones here first. Tarzan's in the area, as is Xiaohu. Toying with the idea of contesting, but I'm not sure that this is a pit they can really get involved in right now. Crisp just arriving on the scene. Tries to get out tonight. Might be able to force a flash on that top side. And in the meantime, Breathe is just going to go down.
Games away, but lose themselves those grubs. They leave themselves a kill, and Breathe, he did just die. Are we just going to give him the old Dyrus treatment?
He's got flash available. TP comes through from Night. Breathe, you're going nowhere, my friend. Instant engage, and look at him just get one shot. Even the locket comes through from Wei to shield away all of the turret damage. And it's Elk that TP'd, sorry, not Night. So that will be one dead tower.
Yeah, they've got the grubs. Not 6 grubs this time, but it is still Ziggs. And Alkenheimer once again online in a cinema near you, I guess.
Wei is really something else. BLG now looking for a fight. Crisp the target, who tries to disengage with his ultimate, tries to block the damage onto Tarzan. There's only so much you can block, and Tarzan down to 400, walking away with his life. But Knight is behind the play, but he's outnumbered as Xiaohu is doing the same on the opposite side. Knight gets into the pit, but I think he's stuck. No flash available. The volley sets up for the Requiem, and the mid laners will fall on both sides of the fight.
How that ends up in a 1-for-1 is beyond me, but it somehow works out. I thought Tarzan was dead to rights. He ended up getting hit by the Maokai ult and got comboed onto, but doesn't go down. So Weibo, they do get themselves an even fight there. It's now going to be a trade of Dragon for potentially two lanes of pressure for Weibo. We'll see whether Breathe can finish off that turret up in that top side. I think with no teleports from BLG, that is likely to happen. However, on the other side, BLG, they are going to be able to answer with that bot lane outer turret at the same time. So BLG, they don't get the clean play they wanted this time. Yeah.
Similarly, Xiaohu threatening on the opposite side, saves Tarzan, but answers with his own life. Messy fight. Chaotic fight, at least. And BLG find themselves a gold advantage as they look for a Herald as well as that Drake that they got for themselves. They were even in grubs. And they've got this Ziggs that is going to start really working away at these towers. And it does feel like a game that, in the early game, was all about Weibo. Suddenly is starting to slip away from them.
BLG always threatening those big decisive teleports with Herald coming through. Won't just do that, but actually Weibo pulled the trigger first.
Deep TP comes through from Breathe as he turns Mega Gnar, but I don't know if he's really going to have a way in. And Alistair's so good at denying that engage as well. Herald comes through, and the wave will be cleared from distance.
This game, they are still getting themselves slight advantages, and another Markel is going to push the tempo forwards.
Xiaohu has to stick around because of the roots, and now the dive kicks off. Look at that damage. On, get an auto in. Okay, Elk finishes the job. Thought he was going to walk away for a second. That's another tower taken. BLG are so decisive. Bin uses that dominance just to threaten in the mid lane and defends that tower as Knight pushes in the top side. It does mean Weibo get a chance to get on the Drake again.
So Wei going to walk down towards the bot side, no support, so he's just going to do a bit of a safari, watch the wildlife, sees that dragon go down. Xiaohu will finally break open this bot lane outer turret. It has been delayed for a while though. BLG have been making sure it's not had easy access towards that turret. Still good gold for the side of Weibo.
To the mid lane. It feels like with BLG, they do it in all directions, and that is a deep, deep TP from Bin. Tarzan, the target, and the target is down. Assassination from BLG. There's ults onto On, but that locket saves the day. Xiaohu trying to finish the job, Bin trying to protect his support, and protect him he will, as Wei then dives on in, and Knight looks for revenge. How dare you try and kill the cow? Elk now in a 1v3, satchels away as Breathe looks to punish anything, but the Brawl stacks are gone, and On surviving the prior play arrives to save his AD carry. Breathe finds nothing. BLG are invincible.
Weibo find nothing, BLG find everything. They are the decisive team with these teleports. They are the decisive team of pulling the trigger. And once again, everything comes up BLG. They'll take themselves this Baron, and they'll take themselves absolutely firmly the driving seat in this game if they weren't already in it. They can use this to start pushing out the map. They weren't already doing that already. The fact that they're surviving by these margins too means they can just improvise their way through the back end of team fights. This should not be possible, but BLG make it happen.
Oh, it's so fun to watch BLG team fight, isn't it? They're just too good. And Xiaohu's got underneath the tower. Bin flashes for it and will find the stun. He'll find the kill, and he'll find himself alone in a 1v3. The rest of the gang on the way, and Sterix will save the day. Bin turns it around onto Breathe and chases him into the base. Breathe is the one retreating as Crisp falls. How do they never die?
I have no idea. Look, sometimes I think BLG are the Picasso in League of Legends. They understand the rules of the game. They understand how to break them too. They are improvisers in so many of these games. They just somehow make this work. Tarzan's caught out now as well. He can't even get back to his base. Knight checking out these brushes with False Bomb. BLG, blink and you miss it. Again, the game has just evaporated away from Weibo.
It's going to be a mid-tower. Tarzan looking for a 1v1 on Knight, feeling confident. And he'll take it as well. A TP used by Xiaohu just to make sure. And perhaps a chance for Weibo to turn things around here. With Knight dead for 40 seconds, what can they get on the map?
That's a good question. Breathe doesn't have Flash, does have Mega coming up just now.
On perhaps overzealous on this engage. Requiem going to come through for good measure as well. And now with a second pick, perhaps a bit of a snowball starting to roll for Weibo. Tempo all in their favor. Drake coming up in 30 seconds and an arrow onto Elk as well. Wait, trying to play bodyguard here, but he doesn't have an Alistair ultimate, but he does have a Croc alongside him. Bin turns it around. Elk out of mana though, but it's still a 3 for 3.
It's a 3 for 3 after we were just praising BLG for having 2 clean games in League of Legends. We should have been the end of the game. Doesn't quite end up being that though, as BLG will have to wait a little bit longer. Weibo, they walk away with some bloody lips. They maybe get themselves another opening hit.
And I have to say, like, if Light doesn't have Flash there, I think that's just a 1 fight for BLG. Like, Light being able to get away from the Croc, get over that wall is the only reason that goes even for Weibo. But BLG, they've exploded this game now. And Breathe finally gets a chance to push out in a side lane, get some gold for himself, looking for that second trophy. They've only got 1 so far, Elk and On at least, and they're hoping for a second this year. And so far this series, they are feeling like championship form. Bin caught in the mid lane, the Requiem sets up for a potential pick as the rest of the squad just evaporate. Crisp, Baron gone, Bin still survived by the way, as he turns it back around on Breathe, and here comes Knight to finish the job. Red buff slow is more than enough to finish another. BLG, they're just styling on Weibo. This is a straight up victory lap at this point. Light will be caught out as everybody barrels on into the play, and BLG show everyone how it's done.
Weibo have been vitrified, turned to glass and shattered by BLG. They'll march in. It took them an extra Baron, but it's all BLG. All game long here, 2 games down.
Weibo are just glass waiting to be smashed, to quote Tarek. As Weibo fall underneath their towers. Xiaohu desperately trying to survive, but he won't even be allowed to get onto his fountain. BLG, they make these fights look easy. This has been somewhat brutal in the first 2 games as BLG remind the world that they are the first seed.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.